Okay, let's play a video game. Specifically, a mystery video game. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. The stream in question being a game that mutes audio when you alt-tab out of it, so that sounds weird real quick. Hang on. Look, it's the Forgotten City. Check out this content creator spoiler warning thing. I'm kind of annoyed by this, actually. Since this is the first thing the game presented me with, let's discuss that real quick. Dear content creators, as you'll discover, this game is full of intrigue and plot twists. Please help us to avoid spoilers by not sharing content from beyond the white hallway. Don't know what that means, so that's like a good start, which is... I'm liable to forget that pretty quickly. So that other players can fully enjoy what awaits them. Here's the thing, pal. I already bought the fucking game with the express intention of streaming it. If I knew you were gonna be a dick about it, I wouldn't have bothered. So I'm going to ignore that. Team developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. I still want to play the game, it looks cool, but like, I'm irritated by getting like a don't play past a certain point. Content creator warning. On boot. Like, cut me a break. If you're gonna do that, can you at least put it on the product page? I did look, it's not there. I don't know, I don't think it would have helped. It's really hard to do that sort of thing.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up.
Yes, this game used to be a
I checked your
Skyrim mod.
pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
It's giving me controller prompts. Why am I getting controller prompts? Stop it. Select me body type. They both look like nerds. Oh, I see. I can be like... Is this gender selection? What? Go with the one with smoother hands. Select your skin tone. This one only selects the arrow keys for some reason. Am I going fucking crazy here? The palest person. Enter my name. Who am I? I'm Jeff.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Searching for ancient... Oh, this is, what, like class selection? Your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. 25% faster when sprinting. That's my shit! You have a military-issued firearm, but only 10 bullets. You'll have to use them judiciously since there's no way to get more. Now that's a choice. Years of studying give you occasional insights into the ancient world. I'm doing the one that makes me faster when running.
Really? You know what? Don't answer that. I don't think I want to know.
Now that I've told you, I'm going to need your phone and your money.
Look, you've just been through a trauma, so I'm gonna forget you said that. But you owe me, and I need a favor. There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he
Hello,
hasn't come out.
Curtis.
I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him.
I'm good.
If
I'm
you
good
can do
today.
that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh, of course.
Let's ask some
Sorry,
questions.
I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Dang!
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best
Haha,
reactions when I
Karen.
introduce myself. My name's Karen.
What kind of a game is this?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
But
that.
right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al.
Who is
He's the
Al?
guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other.
It's Curtis,
I
your
guess
cousin.
not.
I
But
don't think I have a
maybe
cousin
the
named
two of you can
Curtis.
piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
You sure you've got the right address?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber. Not much, really.
Is
I
Al the
imagine
manager?
What you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al. What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me. Great. So you're ready to go look for Al? Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Flashlight. What? Yo, frame rate. Is the stream capture looking okay? It looks kind of dodgy on my end. It continues to look kind of dodgy on my... What? Why the fuck is this game capturing at like 27 FPS? What the hell is that shit? That's bizarre. Yeah, no, like the game... Sorry, no wonder you guys were mentioning this. The game is like capturing at fucking 24 FPS for some reason, and I don't know why. What is going on? I have no idea how that's possible. Borderless, maybe? I don't know. It's not a problem with me, like, dropping frames. It's just OBS is just, like, not capturing it at, like, the full frame rate. It just drops to 20... Now it's capturing at a whole 30. Why is it doing this? What the hell is going on here? That's weird. I've never seen anything like that. Because it goes, like, observe the following, right? I'm going to wave, I'm going to click back in the game, and the frame rate's going to fucking dip. And now, suddenly, I'm choppy again. What the fuck is going on with that? It's so good it cannot be captured at, like, a proper frame rate. What the hell? That's weird, man. It's like, it's not even that it's, like, restricted. It's just, OBS just, like, reduced, that it's not a quality problem. It's not, my computer's not taxed. OBS is just, like, it's just I've never seen anything like this. It's not as though my computer is, like, too taxed to run this game and OBS simultaneously. Like, the game is doing something. And I have never seen anything of the kind. That's genuinely one of the weirdest, like, because it's fine in the pause menu, it's gameplay where it takes a shit. I'm gonna try windowed mode for the hell of it. I'm not even sure that actually did anything. Nope, still, Huh. What the hell is going on here? I'm gonna have to Google this problem, because I've never seen anything like this before. I've honestly never seen anything like that before in my life. It's not dropping frames. It's not encoding overloaded. It's just OBS is... It's not... I'm gonna fucking ban everyone who says it's like a bottleneck problem with my hardware. OBS's frame rate is like... The capture frame rate is dipping as soon as gameplay starts. It's not encoding overloaded. It's not like a hardware issue. It's something about the software is doing this. Nothing about my hardware seems taxed to handle anything at all. I'm mad thrown by that. Because I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like that. Who the fuck wants motion blur anyway? Low. All low settings. Nope, still fuckery from the looks of it. That's honestly one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything of the kind. Oh my god, I think I know what the problem is. Fucking hell. Do I know what the problem is? Well, okay, I think I know what the problem is, but I don't think I can fix it. Because this game doesn't provide me the option to fix it. Okay, good game. 2 seconds. I said quit, not fucking title screen. I don't like games that think they know how to interpret my requests better than I think, like, I give them. No, I think it's running with an unlocked frame rate. That was the wrong monitor. I hate everything. This might look weird on stream. I don't know. I'm fucking with stuff since apparently this game's weird and dumb. Yeah, it's probably an issue with the frame rates. There's some sort of mismatch, but like I've never seen anything of the kind. I've never seen it do that. I've never seen it like half the frame rate as a response, but only on the capture feed. That's just weird. Continue as Jeff. That's funny. Okay, maybe this will fare better. I fucking hope. Because if not, I might have to give up on this one. So far, so good. Seems good. Seems good. Seems good. Does it seem good? Seems good to me. Readout's clean. Readout's clean. Master streamer. It's a good thing I got so much fucking experience with this sort of thing. What did I do? I restricted my monitor's refresh rate. It was attempting, I don't know why, but it was like, it wasn't even running at 144 Hz, it was running at like 300, and I was like, that's unnecessary. Which, even that should be fine, but whatever that was, running it at an unlocked frame rate, that's why I was looking for like a frame rate restriction option, because I was like, okay, well, something about that's fucking with whatever the hell OBS is doing, so if I restrict it to 60, maybe it'll be fine. Yeah, like, that's weird. That's a new one. That's a fucking new one. Like, I've played games that I've had problems capturing at, like, you know, without encoding overloaded or dropping frames or whatever like that, because my hardware is It's not that current. It's pretty current, but it's not that current. This computer's like a few years old now. But I've never seen a game where running it at too high a frame rate causes the, causes OBS's capture frame rate to eat shit.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground.
Oh, hello. Ah! This hitching is happening in-game, by the way. That's just... I don't know, I assume that's just video game things.
Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold,
Spooky.
but in vain. For this shall be their final resting place."
Observe.
Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out.
Mouse scroll wheel up, huh?
If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning.
Oh, hello, graffiti.
Alworth.
Which I can't translate just yet. Dang. I don't know the solution. I'm a silly boy who doesn't know things. Oh, loading. I've like got my eyes like planted more on sort of like OBS's like frame rate indicator than the game at this point, because I'm like... I'm just like, is it working? Is it working still? Are we good? Oh, hell yeah, quick saving. That's how you know it's a true PC game. He ain't turning. They were turning to look at me. Freaky guys. You know, I always like what game developers name their executable files because I can see it in the OBS preview window. Do you know that Fuga's exe was just called tank? Just tank.exe. Ah! Ah! And this game's executable is just modern storyteller.exe. I mean, I think that's the dev team's name. How was Fuga at the end? I missed it. I wish the writing was a bit stronger, but I do really like the cast of characters. I don't know. Ooh, creepy. I have very complex and sort of passionately mean opinions about Fuga.
I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse. But you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place. Going around and around in circles.
Which is basically just that I really wanted to like it more than I ended up actually doing so. I still liked it.
There is no way back.
Just, I find it very easy to picture a slightly better version of that game in my head.
That godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried.
I really keep knocking people.
Whatever I did, took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
It's mostly a writing problem I had, Sovereign. Like, namely that there's just not enough of it. Like, it takes a good long time for the plot to really start, and, like, there's not really enough interactions between the characters. What bugs me, right, is that there's a whole bunch of, like, character shorts and, like, animated stuff on the YouTube channel for the game, and a lot of that stuff is actually really good, and I'm just like, why the fuck isn't this in the actual game? If that stuff was in the actual game, like, that would have bumped the game's, like, score up like a full letter grade, like, easy. Wow. Also, I thought the ending was a bit too, I don't know, JRPG. I will spoil the ending for Fuga right now. I'll do it. Power of friendship saves all. Bada bing. I don't know, I wanted something meaner. I wanted something cruel. Apparently, I write like Yoko Taro does, because I honestly wanted, like, I thought a better ending would be everyone had to die. That's how you get the best ending, but no. No. It ends very anime-like. It's like, god damn it. I wanted something mean. I wanted something really, really mean. I really did. Figure out how to return... I'm not even talking about the video game I'm currently playing.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Jeff, and I got lost. Are you speaking English?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there, changing the subject.
I disagree.
Try, but I'll ask
Punchy
again.
equals
Who are
Monokuma.
you, and what
You
were
heard
doing
it
in the
here
shrine?
first.
I tried to do a Monokuma voice, but it would sound terrible. TQ, thanks for the 2 months.
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange.
Automatic translation.
Just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine? No idea what you're talking about.
I'm Jeff.
Wait, are you a bit,
Jeff.
you know, not right in the head? That's alright, friend. Everyone's welcome here. We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March? It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly?
Is this before or after Christ?
Hey, not so loud. Just saying that name could land you in trouble here. If you haven't heard, his cultists burned down half of Rome last year. Horrible business. I heard Nero executed some of them, but a lot of people are still angry with them, even down here. So, if you're one of them, keep it to yourself. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So, let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule. And the punishment
Golden.
for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming? Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see,
Tap.
we've got a nice little community.
If you press E, it just follows automatically.
Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
It has good atmosphere.
I'd stay clear of it and her if I were you.
That's why I wanted to play it. It seemed cool.
It's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the Forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up
The
in
Forum?
Teacher's Clinic
I
in
can
the shadows of
post!
Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing. Just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since.
Talking shit.
This central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy.
Horatius, Galerius, Jeff.
My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally.
I will post in forum.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the battles among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9.
Ugh,
Didn't matter
this
whether you'd
place has
done anything
become
wrong.
a thoroughfare.
One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation.
Ugh, I wish Horatius
seems
would
like
stop
rough
letting
justice to you.
barbarians in here.
You're in for
What
a
do you
rude
want?
shock. Because the Golden Rule.
I trust you can see yourself out.
Okay.
Straight can explain the rest. These stairs.
What were you saying, Horatius? I got distracted because someone insulted me. Oh, that hurts. True test. Okay, you gotta test whether or not
This
flames.
place has become a thoroughfare.
I'm gonna. She dies first, okay?
If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
But I can steal stuff.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Jeff!
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. Something about your demeanor gives me the
I just realized that, like, I picked a girl and then named them Jeff.
shall we say, unlawful.
Because I didn't realize I was picking. I just picked the one with smoother arms. My arms smooth? Oh, they're not smooth at all. Why did I even ask that question? Never look at yourself when you do stream.
Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community
Hey, Sushwaka.
built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights.
What's happening with the hair?
theft.
His hair or my hair?
Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can
The
gather,
many shall
breaking
suffer.
the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and
Oh
more...
yeah, his hair's got like kind of a wave effect. I don't know.
Time
Probably just
in
some
the sun
anti-aliasing thing.
is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom
What?
is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have...
Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Tip, these questions will be available later.
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes, or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder.
No murder!
That it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to...
Quality still low? I don't remember, and I'm not
So
touching it.
I made a decision.
I'm not touching shit
We
anymore.
must
I got it working, I'm
uphold
not
the
touching shit.
Empire to a standard never before seen.
There was a great deal of debate, but the thread was closed after 29,387 pages. The greatest debate in the forum!
Only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper as Rome has.
Debate me in est forum! Oh, dude, hell yeah, I can post. Posting!
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean.
I'm going to well actually post so hard right now.
All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations.
I want to jump in.
And when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Don't your laws allow slave ownership?
Of course. What else would we do with those
Of course.
war who would otherwise have been
Romans!
executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well. On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Don't women have fewer rights than men?
Of course.
Of course!
With fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
Don't you persecute Christians?
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Don't you practice collective punishment?
Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
I like this, just as a sort of like in case you thought this game was gonna be like exalting the Roman way the whole time, it's like, nope, it's not the game for you, buddy.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist.
When in Rome.
Blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
What did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
See, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle.
I'm calling them Proserpina.
It's said to open a doorway in
I hope you're aware I'm going to pronounce every single Latin word wrong as vengeance on my Latin teacher.
travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you.
Call her Persephone? I don't think I can do that.
Belong in our time, do you? 2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You'd all been turned into golden statues.
I've imagined it. Our downfall 1,000 times. But
Why so
it breaks
vengeful?
my heart to hear the truth of it.
Persephone.
You mean you couldn't speak Latin before you arrived here? How strange. But the gods are active here, and their temples and shrines hum with power like nowhere else in the Empire.
How convenient.
Perhaps when Proserpina brought you here, she planted the seed of Latin in your mind so that you could better serve her.
Time travel has already begun. Awesome.
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Sound reasoning?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I
Proserpina.
And of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future? I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you? Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for. Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore?
How profound.
What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
You know what? I accept that.
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here.
Isn't that a time paradox?
Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
No. Where's no? Okay, fine, whatever. That's whatever. That's fine.
Are you with me?
Can
Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule? No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not...
Yes, it is literally a Skyrim mod made into a game, hence the sort of like Bethesda like zoom in.
Self-preservation.
Although I will give it this, it's presented better than most Bethesda games are.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city. Talk to...
Do you know what's funny? I'm playing a Skyrim mod that was turned into its own unique retail release, right? But I've never played Skyrim.
You to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out...
Unless you're asked to... Unless.
As soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Yeah, no, Forgotten City was a very popular Skyrim mod that apparently the developers were like, let's turn this into its own thing and sell it for money. I respect that.
In the forum,
Get the bag.
I heard wailing from there.
You got my bag. I gave you 20 whole pounds. You're less surprised by me not having played Skyrim and this game being built off it. Of course I haven't played Skyrim mode. Like, do I seem like the sword? Anyway, let me...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
I may have caused a sin. Did I do a sin? Did I do that? Huh. I did a sin. No stealing. I'm gonna steal this. I don't know. It seemed there was a lot of money in there. Do I get to keep the money if I sin? I have looped. I'm Jeff. We've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life. Oh, I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
Zipline. What?
And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably. Alright, see you around.
Okay, I looped. I guess that's okay. I won't bother to... Oh, fuck. So I don't play Skyrim! Well, whose fault is this? Doing any sort of sin makes me restart? I guess so. Did I forget the full damage I just took? No, no. Yeah. Okay, so let's not do that again, shall I? Fast travel. Fuck yeah. Do they pronounce Salve right? I don't know. Do I look like I know Latin? How many of us in chat have like a formal education qualification in Latin? Because I actually do. Which you think would mean I would know, but here's the thing, I completely failed language.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you? What is it, citizen?
What's your story?
I'm a legionary of the First Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me...
I've told this story before, but how it went for me was that I did a combined Latin module
I should say.
in
And the others. and making sure they're all...
Was it
behaving.
college? What's the equivalent here? I'm trying to like translate to American.
I'm from Liguria, up north originally.
Either way, it was combined, like, it was a combined of, like, both literature and language. I completely bombed the language part, like, 0. I got nothing. It was a straight fail. Like, I got we call that grade a U in England, which is, like, the one below F. It's like a hard fail.
Nice for my girl. And pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets.
But I fucking aced the literature part. I got like a 95, so it cancelled out, and I got a 40, and I passed.
I remember chasing you through the crowds, down towards the river, and then nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea.
40 is a pass. It was like a super shit pass. It was like a D.
Unfortunate to be alive, I suppose. Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens...
Like it wouldn't impress anyone if you wrote it down, but it counts. Technically, I have a qualification in Latin.
More difficult than I'd care to admit. Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men. The idea is to ensure order and discipline.
I'm not saying I literally got a 40, by the way. I don't remember what the actual score was. I haven't looked at my grade transcripts in ages.
Because your brother in arms is planning
All I know is that, like, it did count as a pass, because, like, the two grades, like, smashed together and the average came out to be just slightly a passing grade. Because I bombed language, but nailed literature.
Things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
That would be considered collective punishment, which is a war crime.
War crime? Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
Oof. That's messed up.
Your sort wouldn't last a week in the Legion. What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers in arms, and those memories will always visit me in my sleep.
I understand Latin well enough to risk Lovecraftian consequences.
And I've come to accept my lot. As with the Golden Rule.
I mean, the thing is, as you can probably tell from the fact that I bombed the language course, I didn't really like studying Latin language very much.
Stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future.
It was just sort of like the last option I had to study a language course.
To rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient.
Because for some, like, I've told this story many times. I've told this story like a few times.
If you like.
So about something else, and by that I mean not you. You bore me, Horatius man. Can I actually read it? Oh, absolutely not. No way. Like I said, I bombed the language portion. I'm basically illiterate. Just liked the stories. Hence literature. Right, what the fuck was I saying? Right, yeah, I've told the story a few times about how, like, the school I went to only offered, like, 3 language courses for some reason, and I wanted to do French, but they random selected German for me, and I didn't really want to do German, which in retrospect I would like to apologize to the German people, but I was, like, 12 and pissed off I wasn't allowed to do French. And, since I, like, basically... I stopped going to German class, like, out of protest, because I was, like, that fucked up about it. But they still wouldn't let me go do French. So, like, the only language course left remaining at that point that my school offered was Latin. And I was like, gotta do one. It's like a little back alley over here. Twists and turns and shit. Everyone's already statues. An old scroll in which the author makes the case against the existence of the Golden Rule. Neat. Yeah, this... Okay, like, observe the following, right? I'm gonna stand here. Now it's looking at me. That's, like, the first thing I noticed. Sorry, you can't, like, turn your head, like, 360 degrees. Yeah, I mean, of course it's intentional. They do it when you're not looking at them. Hello.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphium, but that Culus cumulatus decius won't give it to me.
What is a Culus cumulatus? I don't... We've established that I bombed the language course of my Latin thing. You choose between French... It's a good thing. See, you got to choose between French and German. The way my school did it was they picked half the students and assigned them French, and they picked the other half and gave them German. It was random select. I rolled the wrong one. Because I wanted to do French, because I already knew some French, but they wouldn't let me do the French. And I was like, what the fuck? I'd have an easier time if I was put in the French course.
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally, I'd treat her with resin of Sylphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing.
Oh, just a total ass, I see.
Had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here, with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that Sylphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out. Then you'd better get me that Sylphium quickly, hadn't you?
No items. A collection of barbaric-looking medical implements. Dude, I don't think modern medical implements are like much better. Have you seen surgery tools? They really they do just cut into your meat. Herbrack. See, now that you would never see such a thing because the modern we don't know how to use spices. Fruits.
May Apollo keep you safe.
I got Apollo's penis. There's a god who's not ashamed of anything.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
No. They just be whispering. He looks busy, does he?
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Obtain a bow.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius.
I can't place this guy's accent.
Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we? Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
Cool, let me go steal the magistrate's Oh,
it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it. Hear what? You sure you're feeling alright? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navier on our hands. She claimed the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this Silphium or not?
New lead.
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years? Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule, and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here. Is that what you want?
Oh. Take it and run.
Do you think I don't know a bluff when I see one? Nice try. Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
I could just steal it.
You mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale. Alright. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures,
Liberated, huh?
the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
What do you think, chat?
The girl? Weren't you listening? All my valuables or the girl? I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand in the car, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber. No, I dived in after it, of course. Aren't you paying attention? That was a bloody fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something, because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank, not far from here, with nothing in the world but a single silver coin. I couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
This guy sucks. But also, I kind of respect his cheery disposition.
Very well. Another time.
The many shall suffer.
I did a thief. I did a theft. Ah! Wait. They said I could take it. The whispers said I could do it. The fuck out of the way! I've got to time travel! Did we sin again? Oh, yeah. I sin freely. Do I still have it with me? Sure fucking do.
Salve, friend. mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost? Oh. Of course. Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling it. I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents...
Britannia! Does health regenerate? No, I don't think so.
One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. Sprinted so fast I almost threw up, but by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty.
What's the moral again? I don't think there is one. I don't think it's supposed to be a moral.
My mother
It's just a mystery.
died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young. It was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These Legion thugs just took whatever they wanted.
Mr. Clean looking ass.
I had nothing left to steal. There was a knock at the door. I knew who they were and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But
sick.
There were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it. Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome, to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming and shouting. Never seen anything like it. Human beings acting like cattle. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. Stumbled across this place and started my life over again. That's what I thought too, for a while. But it seems the gods aren't done tormenting me yet. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the grass.
Galerius has had a hard life.
Or so I thought. Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right? So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion thugs who took everything from me. I'm right back where I began. But don't you worry, Nemesis is waiting, and he'll get his one day. He'll get his. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away sometimes.
Sure. That's superb.
Thanks, friend. I knew I liked you. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Quality.
Alright, see you around.
That's fucking funny. Just sure, lie. I'm honestly surprised I hit that first try. So I was like, I was thinking in my brain, wouldn't it be cool if I managed to land dead on that as like... But I didn't react to it at all. I just hit it and I was like, oh. Because there's clearly something up there.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphium. What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you.
Gives. Sure.
Hopefully in a moment she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
I'm a time traveler.
A what? I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. I think it's your accent.
Rude.
Because it sounded like you said time traveler. But whatever kind of traveler you are, that was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need. Oh no, sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her, but that was Nevia, and she went a little mad. Anything about what? I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been...
Yes, we have not yet established how someone could be poisoned without that constituting sin.
And miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up. Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense. Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about...
I think the ambiguity of the sin stuff is, like, intentional.
She kept saying, but I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain. I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace. Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let me know how you go.
I like how, quests in this are only given in terms of leads. Like, it's not main quest and side quest, there's main goals. That's very vague. There's leads. kind of like that. You can get a lot done with a little contextualization. I could steal even more. I shan't, but I could. You do not look busy, Virgil.
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
Hello? Hello? My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up. I don't know. I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because
I mean, everyone in Rome is bald.
looking for treasure. Yes. But I wasn't. I was just looking. They said I did it. More than once. But I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called me a liar, Billy. Yes. They said I have to live here now, and gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could read it for me?
I can't read Latin. I am writing to you in relation to your incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from your obsession with an alleged lost treasure. While I am sympathetic to your plight in the passing of your guardian Hannibal some weeks ago, I wish to impress upon you an important message that the treasure you seek does not exist. Given your memory limitations, it seems likely you simply misremembered. More importantly, since you have on several occasions been caught trespassing, including around the systems which are strictly off limits to all citizens, I have reluctantly come to the conclusion that you are a liability to this community and must have your freedom limited lest you break the golden rule. It is my hope that this letter will assist you to remember why you are incarcerated should you experience further lapses in memory. Type.
What does it say? My treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would.
Did you guys get all of that?
But then, he died. It was very sad. He said, if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away.
Whenever faced with very long stretches of text, my instinct is to either try and read it really quickly or ignore it.
But I couldn't find it.
I'm not gonna lie, I've read your name as Shitlord Bebop at first, and I was like, good name.
But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me.
Shitlord Bebop is my favourite genre of music.
And
Anyway, hi, welcome to the stream. Greetings.
Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get...
Okay.
Galerius already tried that. Like... Galerius?
Ah.
He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything.
What does the name Hannibal mean? I know that's a question that probably just made 5 people just like go, like right there. It's like they just suddenly sat up like.
In the cisterns. I can't remember what it was. Just that it was way up high and very precious. Bye-bye. Hello. Have we...
What?
Bye-bye.
I did not do it. Wait, can I... No, take it? already picked up the scroll. Doesn't belong to anyone, so it doesn't constitute stealing. He defeated Rome over and over again until he decided the best strategy was just to avoid fighting him. That's how I pick speedrun categories. Fucking don't stand in the fire, you clown! Are we a woman? I picked a woman sort of by accident at the start. It didn't say pick gender, it said pick body type, crucially. This distinction is important, but I just picked the one with smoother arms. Cool. Bottle of wine. Look at it. Like they're about to get into a punch-up. Are they the people that sinned? They seem to be the last residents of the city. Look at them, breaking the golden rule with their fighting. If only they could support my weight. Am I not light enough? Oh yeah, yeah, if I sin, they all like get up and start trying to kick my ass, which I do not find very enthralling. The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. If you say so, man. Oh, it's just the chest. I was like, what the fuck made that, like, beeping noise? It's like, it's a chest. Chests do not make beeping noises, though. Yeah, it started as a Skyrim mod. It is a Skyrim mod. You can download it. It's been downloaded over 3 million times, so they quite reasonably thought, if we turn this into its own game, maybe we can get 3 million money! And as someone who doesn't even own Skyrim, you know, I'm like +1 purchaser who never would have bought it if it was only a Skyrim mod, because I don't have Skyrim. I've never played Skyrim. Money, money, money. Wonga. Okay, hang on. Where am I going? A virtuous man. Help, I'm stuck in the cabbage, Galerius.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind? I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never gonna do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's gonna take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. That's good enough for me. Because Sentius put him there. Poor Dooley was just wandering around looking for some imaginary treasure. Now a magistrate accused him of being a thief. That's nonsense, of course. Dooley's the most harmless man you'll ever meet. But Sentius really has it in for him, for some reason. Gladly. I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as
I have
bad.
not met this Malleolus character.
Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life. All right.
Egg. There's also something about being turned into a giant bug against your will.
A new face. Arve, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Equitia.
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from.
Love to be an adventure game protagonist. Yes, it is a Kafka story.
However, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?" The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time...
That's too much of a pain. What's your story?
And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity, rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change. You really don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is?
Nope.
Vesta is the mother goddess of hearth and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
Sounds like a punk.
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here? Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
It carries negative connotations from it. It's an older name.
Older. I see. I wonder if... No. I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking.
I don't mean to be cryptic, but I'm going to continue being cryptic.
About how they arrived here too. I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember, and see if you notice any patterns.
Karen!
Good. Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
I get it!
Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth and come back.
All the patterns involve a river. And the person who picked us up on the river is a boat woman named Karen. Not Karen. Karen. Ah!
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of us.
That's fucking good.
Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Any news about Centilla, neighbor?
That's genuinely quite clever.
Feeling all right? Sure. What do you want to know? Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it. Gladly. A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands. That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
I'll take it. Apollo seems like someone of some note. Time for the the shuffle.
It's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest. As much as I'm grateful that you tried to help me, it's just not safe for me to talk about it. Please, no more questions.
Fucking Karen, unbelievable.
The Golden Rule. That's the least of my worries. The gods may be cruel, but Malleolus and Claudia are far crueler. Please, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Persistent as Nemesis, aren't you? I can tell you, but it's a long saga.
Is there a short version?
Look, if you don't have time to listen to me, don't let me keep you.
Alright.
Right. I'd been here about a week when it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe.
I like that. Is there a short version?
I had
No.
to get out somehow.
Fine.
So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did. I'm not proud of it, but yes, I was surprised he agreed to it, to be honest. But I was
Is
so happy
suicide
to
a
have the
sin?
money, I didn't question it. I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years. But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was? Hemlock. It's a deadly poison made from a plant. Drink this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time. Of course, I demanded.
Aurelia sounds like a fucker.
She refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware." Then she just looked at me with those cruel black eyes, and she...
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in Rome, I'm not so sure about that.
She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only, he didn't seem upset or surprised at all. In fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning. That's what I said to the magistrate. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for 30 years and there was nothing he could do. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the Golden Rule.
This Golden Rule seemed like some bullshit.
Responsible for all those deaths, so he locked me in his villa. Confiscated everything I owned as collateral. His wife Claudia was just as bad. She sent me to work on an endless stream of futile, demeaning tasks. I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours, only for her to pour slop on it and hiss, "You missed a spot." Those two took everything from me. My hemlock. I just wanted it to be over. But it seems I messed that up too. Should have drunk all of it.
What? Why would I say that? That's fucked up. No.
I brought it on myself. I trusted one of the most callous human beings I've ever met, and tried to swindle the other. I don't know how I could have been so stupid. When I've recovered, I expect their thug Domitius will come for me. He'll escort me back to their villa, and I'll be right back where I started. Only this time, I won't be able to lull myself to sleep at night with the thought of a permanent solution. Honestly, it would have been better if the poison had been allowed to run its course. I doubt it. It seems this is the fate the gods have chosen for me, for trying to escape. At least until someone breaks the golden rule.
I can do that.
Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelius
Your name's
set the
Julia,
same
shouldn't it
trap
be
for
top
him
tier?
A month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together.
All she needs to do is just
Probably
do
all
back
he
four.
threw
It tracks.
himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now. If so,
No one
I'd
can
be able
escape
to
it.
live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him. I doubt you could make it up to the bluff in time. I don't know who you are, or why you seem so determined to help me, but
Adventure game protagonists always help everyone. And they also fuck everything up as well. Get you an adventure game protagonist in your life. They'll steal all your things, but they will move heaven and earth to solve your problems. Must be some way to get in. You know what? I have a hunch about how to get in, but I don't think I can accomplish it right now. Yeah. A debate in the forum. I need to go and post. I haven't been to the forum yet. Looking Sisyphean there. What? Find a creative way into the upper cistern. At Kaiser in the forum. Ratio him. Behold, a man was the original Ratio.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to
You can always trust someone with that name.
It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Upvoting my friend Damascus for his sick metallurgy posts.
All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it
Yeah, no, he's...
Oh, no.
Yep, it's just happening in the background.
Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think?
You don't pronounce it right? I don't pronounce
for the
anything
rest
right.
of my
They're
life,
okay.
Working for a man who treats me like an animal.
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please, please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. I don't know, but it's a crime for slaves to take their own lives. And a debt bondsman isn't far off. Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire?
No.
You're not going to trick me. I'm no coward. I intend to go through with it. Like what? I'm stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis for the rest of my life. What do I have to live for? You're just saying that to buy time. You must think I'm an idiot. I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla.
He's out.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure I could have won that the first time. I must loop.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb. Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. So I guess that means whichever god is responsible for it. It isn't mine. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa.
Itchy ears.
It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
I don't have. There is no kick button. These carrots are purple as they were before modern orange carrots were called. Wait, carrots used to be purple? What? That's the most shocking thing I've heard today. Carrots used to be fucking purple? That sounds stupid. Carrots used to be purple? Why did we change it to orange? What?
Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above?
That guy has heterochromia.
That was either extremely reckless or impressively clever. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me? I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today. I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny. By declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule.
Ah.
It's a children's fable exploited by Sentius to frighten us into submission. Wait, don't tell me you've fallen victim to that monstrous lie? The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Can you prove the Golden Rule is real?
Probably not, but...
Nonsense. There's no way you can prove that. If it was real and you'd seen someone break it, then you'd be dead already. What? Oh, I see what's happening here. Another poor, vulnerable soul taken in by Sentius's machinations. He won't get away with this much longer. You mean that book next to a golden statue in the theater? Tell me, how do you know that statue wasn't put there by Sentius himself? You can't know, can you? Surely, you're not one of those people who believes everything you read. As if a lie could be transformed into the truth by the simple act of writing it down.
I think maybe I should be on the left side of the stream, because purely because my face cam is obscuring the dialogue options. I'm over here now, okay? Okay.
I disagree. I'll be guided by what is best for the city's people, and that means giving them the freedom to do as they wish. True, but that is simply because you are mistaken. You mean the children's... I'm afraid not. I trust you. Through the door this time? There's a key just beside it.
Hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Yes, thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored to be elected your magistrate. And now... and now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens, under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. And, yes, no more shall you walk on,
No, the voices are helping. Like, when you get, like, little whispers in your head that tells you to do stuff, you should trust them. It's worked out for me so far.
What now? The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus? You go through me. Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why. Malleolus, of course. If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to protect us? Whatever.
Ave. We're finally alone. I assume you already know who we have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the Golden Rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figure. Is that about?
I broke it.
You broke it. Why in Pluto's name would you do that? You just wanted... What is wrong with you? Do you fancy yourself as Mortar?
I did it.
Holding the threads of our
It was
fate in
me.
your hands? Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time. Now, I assume... You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. That man is...
I broke it twice.
...you simply cannot afford. Perhaps you're not aware he would... Look, I can see where you're going with this. You think me cruel. I assure you that is not the case. You may not be aware of this, but it was not so long ago, during the Republic, the law of the 12 Tables would have required that he be killed as soon as he was born.
owing to his deformities. Here we see to it that he has food, water, and shelter, and most importantly, he is able to continue living. A privilege that would be taken away from all of us were he to be released and commit the crime of trespass. The man has no self-discipline, poor comprehension of what is going on around him, and is an incorrigible rule breaker. I will not jeopardize the lives of my people so that one man can go free. Now, was there something else? Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my
Sex!
name, though magistrate is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the cavalry of Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the barbarians. My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as on
Here's the
guard
river.
for a visiting dignitary arriving upriver by barge. Now the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward the river from streets and alleyways in every direction. They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic, and I remember it losing its footing by the water's edge. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here in the company of some stranger. I went looking for my horse and discovered that lonely temple. You can probably figure out the rest. Very well. Ask then.
No, I've already asked.
Now. Thank you.
I haven't got anywhere near enough to, like, start making accusations of people. Is there just a normal save game button? Yeah, there is. Local gamer makes a save. Find you? You're right there. Found it. What did the Romans ever do for us anyway? Where's Equitia again? Equitia? Equifa? Ew, that's okay, maybe not that one. Oh, found her! Oh, I could steal money. That would break the golden rule, though. I don't want to run all the way back right now. Is that... It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation, but Romans probably regard that as their servant's problem. Well, aren't they a pleasant people? Doesn't seem that forgotten, this city. What are we talking about? I can't remember. I'm on fire!
Ave again. Did you find what you need? And did you notice anything? A pattern? Yes. I also had such an encounter. What else? Yes. I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else? That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how...
Caron!
It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. You mentioned earlier you met a young woman in the forest named Karen, yes? I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood?
This Karen who's wearing a hoodie. Yeah.
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see.
The Karen. She was wearing a hoodie and everything. That's very clever.
But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Someone's knocking on my door. That's unusual. Someone's lost their cat. Sorry about that. Someone on my street's like lost their cat or something and was asking me if I'd seen them, which I have not.
You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. Real nasty. Help! You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. Real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule. None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm. So now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just have to improvise. Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere.
Okay.
I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
No?
What? We don't have time for this. I have to go. Ugh. The shrine is collapsing.
Oh. You know, I really enjoy sort of the sort of sarcastic English cadence of all of our responses. We just hear like someone whisper no, and we just go, maybe we shouldn't meet in there?
Why did you have to go in there? Poor sweet girl.
That's the kind of... I like that. I like the way that's written. I like how we just got one guy who's like talking in with like very casual English cadence among like a bunch of Romans and shit. It's like, maybe don't do that. So where did... That guy just disappeared immediately. What the fuck? Shrine may collapse at any moment. Well, should have read the fucking warning signs. Sure can, Chief. I don't know, it's the kind of, like, unflappable... Like, just sure, this is just happening now, candor. That I think one should approach most situations in life with. I'm honestly surprised I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to climb stuff. There's a bit of give for that. Huss! We can time loop, but we're not immortal. Right, okay, so there's like someone in the baths, apparently.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood?
I do not know a Quentin.
Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place? A small community. Ha! I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult. You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret? So you admit you're not allowed to leave? Threatening me is not going to help you, but in any case, that sounds an awful lot like a cult to me.
I guess.
I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one," I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe? A distinction without a difference. You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues?
Oh, I don't even have an alternate choice here.
You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me. Yes, because I'm the real villain here. It's all clear.
I'm not in control of the conversation at all.
The indoctrination, the mantra, the human sacrifice. You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quintius is. Do not waste it. Very well. Here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue. He's also known to have delusions of grandeur. The Emperor says he
I know someone by that description.
Cult are responsible for starting the fire which burnt half of Rome to the ground and killed thousands in the process. All I know, all I care about, is that the Emperor believes he is guilty and wants him dead. The details are not my concern. This is your last chance. Are you going to tell me where he is or not? Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words? And there's a simple explanation for that. I lied. But if you want to know the truth, here it is. Once I'm done with you and Quintius,
let's ignore that.
I intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing.
Let's ignore that.
Enjoy
Let's ignore that.
The many shall suffer for the sins.
I'm unplugging my fucking controller. It's still going! Oh my god. No, it stopped.
Of the one.
Ah! It wasn't my fault this time! I didn't do it! I didn't break the golden rule! What does it say? Hang on, don't see a thing, don't hurt. Yeah, okay, whatever, I gotcha. That was loud. Dude, it was loud in real life. You ain't the only one suffering here. Fucking chatters thinking the world revolves around them. Poof! Was a sin murdering me? Assault, I imagine.
Salve, friend. Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening. Yulia? Oh no. Alright, I can do that. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Galerius is a dependable man. Crowdsourcing side quests.
Greetings and salutations.
Imagine if, like, you just the new guy in town just immediately, like, bolts up 6 flights of stairs. And just, like, stops 2 suicides.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. Alright, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think?
I know, please,
I'm sorry, but
please, help him. Thank
you know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone. Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over. It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact, and she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that. Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster.
Yeah, my face is going to be blocking the objectives. I don't give a shit.
Denarii to pay off both of our debts.
There's no good place for my face to be. I'm sorry.
No. No, I am out.
Aw, come on.
Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Mwah.
That was not your fault. There's no way you could have given him what... I'll have... and I...
Well, I'll deal with that later.
Thank you. Thank you. I am... That was... well... I trust through...
I've already got the key, don't I? I now have duplicate keys. I have 2 keys.
Oh, don't mind me. I wish I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that? Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation? Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know.
No, I'm not dressed like a Roman. I'm just some guy.
Well, that's just a stupid.
No, I'm Jeff, some girl, in fact.
What happened to Scintilla? I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone. I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the Harpies? It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it. I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me. Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans. That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow wandering off from its paddock. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her, so he's letting Horatius do the heavy lifting. Some good that's done. You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Scentilla. Why? Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy? I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance. Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again.
The talking has ended.
Do I need to...
I'm awful, apparently.
We're finally alone. We have? I must have... Is that a... look, it's now. Of course. Yeah. What? An assassin? What are you talking about? Then what are you doing here talking to me? Why aren't you out there trying to stop him? You'd best go. Quickly. Good.
I've also just... Can I break the golden rule twice? Does this... Oh, it refills again. Anyway, I broke the golden rule again.
Shall suffer for the sins of the one.
We must get to the shrine.
I just wanted more money. Huh. Hurry up, mate. This is how I would act if I had, like, time travel ability. I would just do shit all the time. That's why I think if you ever actually met, like, a real time traveler, they'd be, like, just incomprehensibly weird.
So? Well, you? Oh.
You just keep stealing money until I get 2k? Seemingly, yes. I've already got 800. What's down the corridor? I don't know. Nothing interesting. Theophilus had an orgy with 4 girls who disappointed all of them equally. A locked door, huh? Really? If I steal that, it'll be all evil with me? The symbol of a fish carved into it. That's just like, that's just a RuneScape thing, man. That's just like a mind rune or whatever the fuck. What's the one with like the weird curve on it? I can't remember now. My brain is like failing me. Okay, I passed through this. Like, what is your problem?
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp. But family's from Solusha on Tigris, Babylon province. I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions, the 6th, the one they call Ironclads. Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now. If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either. Nobody is supposed to know about that. Did Lucretia tell you? Look, I haven't been at my best lately. All my joints ache constantly, and the pain. It has a way of messing with your head. I get stirred up by things that shouldn't bother me. You want to help me? Do what Lucretia hasn't been able to do. And find me something to make the pain go away. Until then, get out of my face.
I feel like just so much is occurring right now. I can't meet Lucretia in the baths because the baths is full of arrow.
Salve, friend. Welcome. All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better.
Roman Groundhog Day.
And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No.
How come every fucking game I've played lately has had time travel as a thing?
If you lose your
It's like 3 in a row. No, 4. I'm up to 4 now.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know.
Neo Twoey, Fruga, Overboard, and this.
We're all in this together, Ulpius.
It's like, it's 4 in a row.
Please just think this through.
Do I want to watch the movie about the beach that makes you old?
That seals all of our fates.
Not massively, but I'm not disinterested. If someone, like, came up to me tomorrow and was like, do you want to watch this movie with me? And I had time, I'd be like, yeah, why not? Go for it.
It could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do.
Well, you don't if I back... Oh, but we're still in... Yulia and I are in... Oh, I'm out. Wherever you are.
I need money to solve this guy's problem.
I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
I'm not rich enough to solve this guy's problem.
I'll have... and I'd...
Yeah, everything I'm carrying persists through time loops, and it even causes like stuff even reappears. No! I almost got pushed off the cliff. Ah! Ah! Imagine if someone actually moved around the world like this. Yeah, no, hang on. Like, my inventories, I've got 874 denarii. You can't see it because my webcam's obscuring it, but whatever, fuck you. I've got the zip handlebar, 2 old scrolls. So I've got a resin myself. I could run it over there myself if I wanted. Bottle of wine, goose eggs, fletched arrow, and 2 keys.
Welcome. Feeling all... That's a
face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. Oh, it means someone thinks I'm a sinner, and that I'm going to break the golden rule. Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
You like men?
Nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men.
Hey!
When you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi. Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong. It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists. Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here...
Ridiculous!
Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule. What? Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks.
Really makes you think, really tinkers your thinker.
I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
It's okay, I will unconfuse them.
Come back and let me know what you find.
Wait, I'm allowed to just take the note.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has any news. Oh, that's all right. Well, I'm an architect. Or at least help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
Correct!
I like that. We're going to get on well, friend. Nice to talk to you.
How'd you do? Salve, stranger. And well... I don't, I'm afraid. But I did overhear Fabia telling Georgius she saw something. She was headed to the baths not long ago. Very well. Another...
Well, Fabia's over here about to have a moment.
Help! something. A man arrived in the bar. You have to do
I'll cut right to the chase.
Are you serious? This is an emergency. Are you going to help or not? Thank you. I have to hide. What? Why? All right, fine. Come and find me my bakery instead. Please be careful.
It was kind of a cosmic thing, you know? Unfortunately, loading a save takes a really long time, so I'd like to not do, like, joke deaths. I play this, but not Nancy Drew. I'm not going to play a Nancy Drew game.
What are you...
Salve, friend. I hope... Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man, but long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose. Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome, 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone.
Creator asked you to check out this game after you reviewed the mod. I like this so far. Mentioned a coin. Yeah, well, I mean, we've already got that. Yeah, it's over a coin. Coin.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me. Oh, yes, of course. A slip of the tongue. If you like. Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now.
No, let's discuss theology.
And our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible. Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbors as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin.
I sure was.
That's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin?
That's a very deeply philosophical question that I don't really care about.
You don't think that's a little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer.
I'm too pragmatic for this sort of, like, base level philosophy type shit.
I wish I shared your faith. Oh, so soon?
Okay, let's try this interaction again then, shall we?
Stop right there. Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now. But you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
I definitely want to see this happen. Does this not constitute murder? I mean, it's like, well...
Curse you, cultist.
Got it. Quintitious is the one with one blue and green eye. Yeah, I was gonna say, I already know about that, because I've only met one person who is like that. Nice place you got here. How dare you load? I'm seeing with one green and blue eye. The Malleolus, the guy up on the hill practicing his victory speech. That guy. Whatever.
A new face. Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? Yes, I suppose that could be something. But then most of us do tend to carry coins on our person, don't we?
Coins? Coins on our person? Mate, I don't carry no fucking coins on my person. I only carry stacks of paper! What? Dude, I don't fucking know. This is mostly garbage, actually. Half of that's receipts. I need to throw some of those away. Like throw.
Keep asking Livia's fate. Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me. What else? That. And did you? I see. Because. But don't.
Okay, now I can go meet you in the baths.
I disagree.
Ah, how dare you subscribe to me? Why did that startle me so badly? Humbled Bumbles, thanks for the tier 1. Acrisia, I have news for you. I can't swim. Ugh! Acrisia!
Alright, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood. Here, look down at the bottom of the bath.
I was just down there.
Hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R.
Thank you, literally spelling it out for me. I got it, man.
Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living.
That's still that's a clever opening device, though. I do like that's very good.
River, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry.
That's clever. That is genuinely quite clever.
This means. I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It
Good intrigue point. Ooh, we love a good bit of writing.
God of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can. That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was
Okay, but why can I time travel then? And why am I like the weird one out?
It's also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless.
I don't think this is that long of a game, mind you. But who knows?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol.
How can you know if you're the only one who can? Because I'm the only person clambering over the aqueduct.
Because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks.
Time travelers move erratically.
The difference is that they spelled it with a kappa, which I suppose means K-H-A-R-O-N, is closer to the original spelling.
Translator's note.
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again. Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others...
Well, even gods need to pay rent, man.
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never never have figured it out without your help, I promise you. Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide. All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril. Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh. That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
We'll fucking see about that.
Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules.
The tale of Hercules and Jeff.
You'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect
Jeffules
in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed.
I need 4 keys?
Missing from its
Is this
face.
Resident Evil?
It looks as though somebody, or a series of
Oh my
somebodies,
god, I had to find 4 plates!
removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques.
Excuse me, sorry, tired. I've not been sleeping well lately at all. I mean, I feel like I've been sleeping fine, but I feel more tired somehow.
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques.
Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and Twitter.
And a 4th, a mystery plaque. Good question. To answer that, we first need to ask who would have defaced the obelisk in the first place. It would have had the god's name engraved into it, so it may be that whoever desecrated it wanted that name to be forgotten. And there's only one group of people I know of who might want to do that. There's a cult in Rome. They've been known to start
Let's go bug the Christians!
deface religious monuments whose
Is it Chinese? That might actually be a good guess.
If I were you, I'd go looking for them. Of course, they've all been in hiding since the fire last year, so finding them won't be easy. But I did hear a rumor they have a secret shrine somewhere in the city. Perhaps, if you could find that, you might be able to recover the Roman plaque.
Secret shrine, huh?
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum. Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, would be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her, or just take a look in his room. I'm afraid you're on your own with that one, but perhaps finding the other three will illuminate the way. As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the underworld...
Yeah, man, she just like hangs out trying to get her garden all looking nice, and then a sun rocks up and explodes into a pile of blood in front of her 10 times over. And then credits happen.
If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed?
I disagree.
Leaving that aside.
Hello, Mr. Punchy Man. How are you feeling today?
Shh the fuck up, no talking! Class is in session!
You've come across one of those in your travels?
Thanks for the 25 months.
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried.
Thanks for the 25 months, Sky Drugs.
Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
Oh wait,
Fascinating.
Maybe I'm hearing the voice of Persephone.
Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out? Oh, I see. Well,
I told you guys I was going to pronounce every name wrong on purpose.
Through this labyrinth. All right. I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone. In any case, may Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
That wasn't even really a word, was it? I can't swim. Aquisha. Wade against the current? It's a bath. It's standing water.
Isn't the great temperament majestic?
Alright, hang on. I have something else I wanted to try. Violence.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
I hit quick load, by the way. I didn't just, like, crash the game. That is not a quick load. You call this a quick load? I hate this word. Komikaraizu. Y'all know that when like a thing gets a manga adaptation in Japan, it's called we don't call it a manga adaptation, it's called komikuraizu, as in to lies a comic, comicalize. You don't say that in English. Where have they picked this up from? What fucking language have they stolen that one from?
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
Fucking comicalize. I'm not a fan. It makes sense grammatically. Yeah, but like, it makes sense grammatically, but you don't say comicalize in English. Which begs the question of where they have taken that word from. No, if something gets turned into an anime, it is not animalize, it's just anime-kan. Because that's how you verb that in Japanese! Because it's a... Like, you can verb nouns in Japanese, it's actually very good for that sort of thing. But you don't do it by stealing the English version of a verb noun. Ay, ay, ay.
But I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban, but I'm impressed. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But
Anyway, I just noticed that because I checked Twitter for like 5 seconds waiting for the game to load, and apparently Fuga has a manga adaptation in the works.
Tell me, do you
But they're really pushing that one.
end up as golden statues?
Seems an odd fit. You'd have to actually write dialogue for a manga. I'm such an asshole.
And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. In any case, supposedly 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination. Golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the 2 of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested?
I think the Golden Goose is meant to be a cautionary tale.
Look, I might have skimmed over that one, but don't be so pedantic. Are you interested or not?
Yatte miru ka?
Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana? No problem. Allow me to explain. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand? Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what. Oh, gods, no. If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away.
I'm sold.
Because the gods would see you, of course. Hence, my proposal. I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence. When Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind, do you think he was worried about the danger? So, are you...
If you don't like action or horror elements, feel free to decline, but I like both of those things.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment. And here we are, a gold leaf bow. Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
Alright. Let's get it on. It's pretty small. Do I gotta, like, fucking climb on the table or something? What, just like that? Why is there just a beehive up there?
Do you have the bow? Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you. A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in. And until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in there, like Tantalus in Tartarus. No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole. Not a very effective threat, is it? See, your second problem is the golden rule. What are you gonna do? Kill us all? It's an empty threat. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognise my own handiwork. I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out how many it takes to kill a woman, shall we?
Ahaha. Very well. Oh. That was not what I was expecting, as it happens. The bow turns stuff to gold. Now we have a puzzle-solving item. Sponge stick. I'll wash myself with a rag on a stick. Ah, see? Can't cross it by swimming. Although, hang on, I would like to check out what's down here. So what if... Ba-ching! That didn't work at all. Has to be the moss, I assume. Okay, never mind that. Hang on. Okay, so you can't do it with water, but you can do it with moss. Yeah, good enough. You know, this is a... Ooh, there's like something through there. This is a doomed thought process from the word go. Because...
My beloved Galatea.
Oh, voicing.
I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done.
Because the thought process it prompts is always deeply unhelpful,
The
but...
others will call me mad,
This would make a pretty dope speedrun, wouldn't it?
but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues,
You can never go wrong with, like,
I thought I heard a whisper
weird
behind me.
pseudo Bethesda action-adventure type
As if
games.
vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two.
Did that, like, not come out properly?
I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse,
Shit!
I heard it again, and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman.
Well, time to check Twitter again. Well, that wasn't as slow as last time. Read donations. Tip, take a... Oh, yeah, hang on, I gotta...
My beloved Galatea.
Fine.
I write this so that one day, when we're finally...
Get the fuck up there!
You will understand.
You are cringe.
I had to do it.
Why is it being so fussy about this now?
Call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing
What if I shot gravity and turned it into gold?
I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival,
The climbing is a nice touch, but it can be really finicky.
lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me, a rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal straining to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again, and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman.
I guess gold would be stronger than vines, I guess. I don't know, I don't object.
Woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear.
Oh, I got into the palace, huh?
Disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again. And turning
Gold is notoriously soft. Is it? It's metal.
even though I had moved, she was
I don't believe you guys. I think you're lying to me again. I think chat's trying to hit me with one of the notorious tricks.
This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me.
Oi! Ah!
I knew the full horror of
Ah!
the place. Immobilized within these
What the fuck is this shit?
unliving human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke.
Holy shit! The way that thing just peels out of the fucking, like, not even the darkness, it's very well lit, and that's still... Okay, holy... Whoa. That's some shit. Okay. Got his ass. They were peeled. Yeah, I got money.
You're not supposed to be here.
Ah! No! Ah!
Help us. Kill us. Make it stop. Help me.
Okay, so, like, now what? Now what? Can't get in there. Can't get out that way. Noob. Okay, I got... Right. Oh, chest. Love to get stuff. I see, they can be... owned, taken out with area of effect type maneuvers. Actually, I honestly didn't know this game was even going to have combat in it. At least not of this type. $69 arrows. Hmm? Very nice, Black Obsidian and Loopy. Congratulations on your nice redemptions. They are the nicest redemptions of the whole stream. NA aim. Okay. Bruh! He's fucking crouching just below my aim. But don't you want to know what's in the thing? Probably not worth it, but I got the thing. This is cool. Give me your money, though. Why is everything in here so fucked? Me and the boys. Explain why everyone's peeled yet? I don't know, maybe someone was trying to steal the gold? And that's just what happens when you do that to someone? That's a fucked up thought. I got a key.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the
No, I want the
city
money.
in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking.
No, not noob.
Sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea.
I did cancel the narration by accident because I was pressing to kick. Oh well. Not my fault they mapped that to a combat button. Oh. Huss. It's a little dodgy, what with the jittery out bits from the wall and stuff. It's not so bad, though. It's not so bad. Coin, 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 coin of the realm. Hey, I was trying to think. Truly lucky I'm such a dynamite shot with all of this. Anyway, fuck whatever alternate path that was. Oh, never mind. Maybe don't fuck that. Damn it. Dang it. There we go. Hey, TV dinner. Cool Skyrim mod. I've not actually played Skyrim, is the funny thing. And yet here I am, playing a Skyrim mod turned video game. Okay, what's up with this? Now get out of the way. Do you know what a trick I've never seen a game do, but I really would want to do if I ever made a game? Is that every single time I've seen a game have like an examine item prompt thing where you can shake the thing around, I always want one of these like bottles or like pots or something to contain like something that just like fucking walks out or something. Like, I want to say a spider, but that's a bit cruel. Just something. I don't know. Like Fatal Frame, have like a ghost jump out or something. But Fatal Frame doesn't do item examination like that, but you know what I mean, right? It feels like it'd be a really effective trick, but I've never seen a game do it. You can only do it once. But it'd be really good the one time you do it. RA7 did that for a teddy bear. Did it? Did it?
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons.
I don't remember that.
Been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone.
Oh fucking hell! Please do not.
Drilling through the
Truly, also scared. No, don't pull your flashlight out. What are you thinking? I think I cancelled the narration again with my like kick mashing.
My beloved Galatea.
Why is that bound to kick? I intend to use that button. It's bound to like everything. It's the use key. There are flashlights. We have a flashlight. Can I rebind it? Not without rebinding everything else.
Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this gold...
What the fuck? That flew right through her clavicle! Oh my god, fuck off.
And appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength in those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot risk attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both.
What's crazy about this is that I don't think any of this is mandatory, since it said if you do not like action or horror elements, feel free to ignore this request. I didn't have to go about it this way. Hi. Hmm?
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments.
Sorry, I have to check the time real quick.
Look
Still good.
what you made me do to her. This never would
Should have done that on my phone.
Just stayed away. You're going to pay for that.
Hey, 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 hey.
And you think I care about that? I don't care what happens to me, as long as you get what you deserve. Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiment.
I get the impression that turning people into gold doesn't count as an act of violence.
You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely, instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. And now I discover she started whispering to you instead. What's so special about you? What do you mean, the same voice? Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same.
I'm intrigued by this mystery.
But now that I think about it, they were all benevolent and seemed to share a common knowledge. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. And everything I've done here was... Wait, I see what you're doing. You're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work, then swoop in? Is that it? Liar! You tried to steal her away from me, and now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too. What? What are you talking about? Wait. So you're saying you weren't coming for us? So I did all this. I ruined her. For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the thought of her being like this. And in so much pain. It's the air coming into contact with her flesh. It's agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden rule and let it run its course. At least that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together. All it would take is one little cut. It's too late. There's nothing
Damn
I
it.
can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry. What? How? Really? I'm not sure I believe you, but...
It's like, wait, tell me about rheumatism!
I'll tell you what you need to know, but if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood? At least we'll all be golden together. You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these
It's
poor
okay,
souls,
I
what
shot
have I
all of
done
them with the
for
thing.
I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. The treatment for rheumatism is willow bark. I believe there's a pot of it already in the Shrine of Apollo. Now, please leave.
Thanks, Navia.
The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there. Go, and never return.
Oh, come on!
Suffer for the sins of the...
Boo! I gotta reload a save. Of course I would do it though, come on. Like, what was I gonna do? Not do it? Me trying that was very... Okay, fine. I'll try to be less predictable. Pardon me for being so predictable. Oh, predictable streamer. predictable wacky streamer loves to shoot people with a bow. It's dark now, huh? Oh, this like fucking wacky streamer.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Wacky streamer. Yeah, where is Decius actually? Fuck that guy. Dude, I don't care if you kill me. I got shit to do. Can't find him. Can I, like, attack? Oh. That wasn't Decius. No. No, what the fuck is going on there? Bollocks! Couldn't find Decius. Yeah, when I get shot, I don't get turned into gold. Maybe I'm already a gold person. I do wish loading a save didn't take quite as long.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's. Feeling all right? You made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia? Willowback. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
If one of these statues was a gymnast, you think they'd have gold splits.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
Mods! Mods!
That's a shame. Thanks again for...
The feedback button? I hit the feedback button. It it opens the Steam forum. That's brave. I will never post on the Steam forum. This is my form of posting. Posting! To post is to be divine! Now you are at one with the posts.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the...
It's because I'm getting ready to, like, end stream. That's why I did that. I'm not sitting through the loading screen all the time. Okay? Okay. There's still a spoiler warning on the front here. Which I regret to inform you, I'm probably just going to sort of tactfully ignore. And by tactfully, I mean not tactfully. Although, I don't know. Did I get to the point where it was concerned? Maybe? I have no idea. That's the problem. I don't know what this means. Well, video games. Spoiler warning. At least we managed to solve the problem with it being a bit fucky in the opening hours, but you know, that's fine. So, yes, I'm ending the stream. That's the stream. Thank you very much for watching. That game is pretty good, if you ask me. I will split the difference, because I do very much intend to finish that, by saying that if you are intrigued by the mystery as presented, you should buy the game for yourself instead of watching me do it next time, okay? But I am still going to do it. Yeah, it's quite good. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this mystery. It seems quite well written, etc., etc. I like it. So if you're enjoying the stream, please drop me a follow on the twitch.tv, and also follow my Twitter, and join the community Discord, blah blah blah. And check out my YouTube channel. I put up a video, the GDQ review video thing, I put that up Sunday, I think it was, very late Sunday. So if you want to see me rate my own GDQ runs on a tier list, you can do that there. It's a very long video though, it took longer than I would have liked to make.